my best to keep you guys energized so it won't be boring for you, okay? So I am talking to the Ohio State University College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences. So it's an honor to talk to you guys again. And my name is Holly. My company is BU. And you might say, well, what is BU? It's just that. It's be you at all times. We want you to be you, nothing less, nothing more, but just you. And so that's what this seminar is about, to help you be you. And in doing that, you'll find your purpose and you'll live it, not next week or not next month or a couple years from now, but I want to help you be you and live your purpose like starting today. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And thanks so much, Summer, for doing that introduction. I had written a little one there, but since she did such a great job, she saved us some time. So you guys don't have to do that now. You can go back and read it if you like. But since she did introduce me to you, what I would like a couple of you guys to do, because we just have an hour, um, maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you guys, if you could introduce yourself to me, if you could take maybe 5 seconds to do that. Uh, do I have like 5 or 6 volunteers to just, I guess you can just, would they chat to you, Summer, and introduce themselves to you?
Yeah, if you just want to type a short introduction over the chat, and I could read those out to you as we go along.
Okay. Just like 5, 6, 7, 8 of you guys, but I really want all of you to do it. I want you to get a sheet of paper out, and I want all of you to write down how you would introduce yourself to me. It doesn't have to be long, it could be short, however you would want to introduce yourself. If you could do that, write it down. And if someone can volunteer, is anyone volunteering?
And if you also want to raise your hand, I can go ahead and unmute you if you would like.
Sure. If you tell me verbally, that's great.
So Paige says, hi, Holly, I'm Paige, the office associate in Lawrence County.
Awesome, Paige. Thank you. That was great.
Liana says, hello, my name is Liana and I work for the Ohio State University. Go Bucks.
All right, you got it. Okay, thanks, Liana.
See if any more come in here.
Can I get at least 3 more, 4 more people?
I've got another one. I'm Debbie Minyo. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And I'm an office associate in Fayette County. I'm the proud mom of 2 sons who attend Miami University.
Oh, congratulations, Debbie. That's great.
Pam says, I'm Pam Clark, wife, mother, grandma, office associate, and reader, and part-time photographer.
Oh, great.
And
awesome.
Patricia says, hello, Natalie. I'm Patty, a mother of 3, a grandmother, a writer, and work for OSU Extension Operation Team. I have a few more coming in. Good morning. I'm Teresa Tilton from Maine. I work at UMaine Cooperative Extension in our county office as an administrative support supervisor. I have 2 grown children and 2 yellow labs.
Okay.
I have a couple more in. How many more do you want?
Hey, how about 3 more? How about 3 more?
3 more. Okay. Mary says, hello, I'm Mary Steelman, the office associate in Lake County. I'm a happily married mom of a busy 14-year-old daughter. Karen says, I am Karen Bixler and I'm an administrative associate from Alabama Cooperative Extension System. And then Christina Bird says, good morning, everyone. I'm Christina Bird, office associate in Franklin County, mom to twins who just graduated high school and owned by a sassy dachshund.
All right, great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys for doing that. Now, for all of you who didn't get a chance, We're gonna go try to hit you at the end, and you can introduce yourself if you didn't get a chance. But I do want you to write those down. So get a piece of paper out and write down what you just said or what you didn't say, because we're gonna revisit that in a little bit toward the end of the session. Okay. So you just did that. Congratulations, you guys. You're participating. That's good. So now we're going to start doing this, finding your purpose. So that's what this is all about. So there's 3 ingredients to your purpose. The first one is dreams, gifts, and passion. So when we're talking about dreams, we're not talking about the things that you get after you fall asleep. We're talking about aspirations you have throughout your life, things that have come up in the past that you've thought about, and you go, wow, I really want to do that. Or things that you thought about even as a child, and it just never really went away. Or maybe just recently, a month ago, 2 weeks ago, I really want to do that. I just can't get that out of my head. I keep thinking about it. Over time, it just keeps popping up. And gifts. The second ingredient would be gifts. And those are talents that you were born with, talents that are totally unique to you, unique attributes only you have, specific to you. And then the last ingredient is passion. And that's what tugs at your heart, what gets you going, and what causes you to action, what causes you to get up and say, I'm going to champion that. That's on my heart. That's really tugging at me. I need to address it. Or it's just always there, and it gets you going. So those are the 3 ingredients to purpose. So first, we're going to talk a little bit deeper about your dreams. We're going to get that sheet of paper out that you just had, and we're going to talk about bringing that dream to life. Okay. And I want you to know that there are no wrong answers in the seminar. All of your answers are right, every single one. Because when you're talking about purpose, who am I to judge your purpose? No one has the right or the ability to judge your purpose. The only person that can do that is you. So everything you write down is right. So don't be afraid to ask a question or share your idea, no matter what it is, because it's uniquely you. So no one has the right to say what, because they're not you. So they don't have that ability or right. They don't understand it the way you do. So if you have a sheet of paper out, let's get to exercise 1. Okay. So exercise 1, you're going to answer these 2 questions. What does my dream look like? What does it look like? What is it? I can see myself doing what? I've always thought about this. It sticks out in my mind. Even years have gone by and it's always there. What is it that sticks in your mind that you've always wanted to do? You can see yourself doing it, and it's always been there. So write that down. Keep this sheet of paper out. You don't have to start a new one. We'll just flip it over when we keep going. But keep this paper out. All right. So is everybody writing their thoughts down? Can you guys say a yay or nay to Summer, so I have an idea if you guys are able to get these thoughts down on paper?
Yeah, you can use your reactions in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen to give a thumbs up.
Yeah, if you can let me know if it's a thumbs up, that'll help me.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of thumbs up.
Okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next slide. If you feel as though I'm going too fast, because we do have an hour, you can let me know to slow down or stop, and I'll make that happen for you. Okay, now we're gonna talk about gifts versus strengths. So everybody knows Popeye and how strong he is, and everybody knows what that little box is at the bottom of pot pie, and that's a gift. We're talking about gifts versus strengths because when we're on our way to our destiny, when we're doing our purpose, the main ingredient is gifts, not so much strengths. You say, well, why not? Everybody, you need to have strengths. You need to have, you know, things that you're strong in. But whenever you hear that word strengths in a sentence, you'll hear someone say, blah, 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 strengths versus weakness. There's always an opposition to that strength. Your strengths can increase or decrease. Needs for improvement is like always implied. You can be strong in this and weak in that, or I need to improve on that. There's always an opposition to your strength because it can increase or decrease, and it's usually associated with personal gains. So a strength will always help you get to the next level. It's always going to help you, the person, get to the next level. And it's so common. We use strengths to describe each other all the time. It's a common thing. It's very simple to do and it's accepted. But we don't do that a lot with gifts. So a strength could be, detail oriented. Oh, you're so detail oriented. You're hardworking. You're so focused, flexible. She's a critical thinker. He's really disciplined. Those are strengths and they're all universal. So anyone can be hardworking. Anyone has the ability to be disciplined. Anyone has the ability to be flexible. So that's the difference between a gift and a strength. So your strengths are there and they're great, but they don't fuel your purpose the way your gifts do. So your gifts are those talents that you were born with. They're sort of innate. They don't change. They don't go up and down. They tend to be altruistic. So that means the focus is on the other person or the other thing. Just like a present, a gift that you give a gift, so you're giving it to someone, the other person is benefiting from your gift. So it's focused on others and benefiting others. And your gift is totally unique to you. So it's not universal. Someone may have a gift that's similar to you, or maybe the same title, but the way you do it is totally different than the way they would do it. So it's always totally unique to you, just like your DNA. I always say purpose is as unique as your fingerprint, is as unique as your DNA. So it can't be copied. So no one can do your gift the way you can do it. Now, with gifts, sometimes it's difficult to acknowledge our gifts and to share them because we think, well, we're sort of bragging on ourselves, or, I really don't want to, it's sort of personal. I don't really want to talk about my gifts. I mean, I never grew up thinking about gifts or talking about gifts or exploring my gifts. I was never taught that. I never grew up thinking that way. So we mostly thought about strengths and increasing our strengths, moving forward, going up the ladder, getting stronger in this. But our gifts aren't identified, they're less popular. And accepting your gifts out loud is sort of less encouraged. But I say no to all of that. I say your gifts out loud. Be proud of what you have. Don't dumb it down. Don't hide it. Express it. Write them down. So I think you know what I'm going to have you do next. So here are some examples of gifts. Some people have gifts of poetry, words, working with your hands, encouragement, empathy, more specific, more narrowed down, not so universal in general. Everyone does not have a gift of encouragement. Everyone does not have a gift of poetry. So it gets even more narrow. Poetry is really broad, so it can get even more narrow to you specifically. Strengths and gifts can overlap. So strengths are good, they're not bad. But when we come to purpose, we focus in on gifts because that's an ingredient. Strengths are not an ingredient, but they're there and they are helpful. But I don't want you to focus on those strengths because it's almost like you have a car and your gas tank is always almost empty. You never know. Say you have a car and your gas gauge is broken. You don't know if it's full or if it's empty. You just sort of don't know. That's what strengths are. It's sort of they waver. It wavers so much. You can't use it as a foundation, but your gifts you can use as a foundation. Now, any questions? Am I making any sense to you guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Am I getting thumbs up? All right, good. Okay. So let's go to exercise 2. And of course, we got that piece of paper out. And I want you to describe a gift that you have. I want you to write it down. Write down a gift that you have. And how do you see yourself? What is that gift? If you have more than one, write them all down. If you got 10, write all 10 down. Maybe tomorrow you'll think of another 10 and you write those down. But at least one, and I know you guys have more than one. Okay. So I'll have these golden nuggets that pop up during the session, and I just want you to remember them. And this is the first golden nugget. Gifts fuel your purpose. So like I was saying that your gifts are more of a foundation for your purpose. They fuel your purpose. It's your gift that's really kicking your purpose into gear. Okay, so let's go to our next slide, and that's passion. Now, passion is like a barely controllable emotion. You know, what tugs at your heart? What caused you to action? What caused you to action? I picked that picture because his hand is over his heart and it's just full of fire and he's just burning up. He's ready to do something about something. And that's what passion is. So this next picture, you guys, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did when I saw it. This is an OSU fan that is full of passion from head to toe. He is just excited. I mean, how would you describe him? He's probably very loud. He is active. He is going to do everything he can to get a win. He's all in. He's pushing his passion. He is just he's doing it. He's just energized, totally energized. There's no way you would tell him or convince him to be a Michigan fan. There was no way. So he is OSU to the core. He's OSU. That's OSU. So that's his passion. Now you'll say, well, I'm not like him. Your passion isn't supposed to look like him because he is who he is. Your passion will look the way it's supposed to look. Some people say, well, I'm really sort of shy. I'm not really, I'm introverted. I'm not extroverted. I'm just, I'm sort of calm, laid back. You would never see me dressed like that, or you would never see me express myself like that. I'm just maybe unemotional, but that's okay because your makeup does not limit your ability to have passion. The way that you're made doesn't stop your ability to have passion. So passion doesn't have to look like him. it can look just like you. So I don't want that to be something that you start to doubt yourself about passion, because it's not this explosion. It's not this grand uh, thing that happens to you that you're just, oh my gosh, you just can't. You're just exploding at the seams. Some people are not that way, and some people are, and some people are in the middle. So I want you to know that passion is you, the way you are, not the way he is or anyone else. So that I really want you to remember. Okay. So now we're at exercise 3, and that piece of paper, I know you guys still have it. So we're going to identify what your passion is. What is your passion? What are you willing to fight for? What tugs at your heart? What gets you up and out of your seat? I want you to write that down. So as you wrote down your dreams, your gifts, and you're doing your passions right now, you should be noticing a theme, because we're getting to your purpose. You should be noticing that they relate to each other some way. Okay. So if you're noticing a theme, you can write that down too. They're all in this box, or every ingredient involves this or is related to this. So that means we're getting closer. Here's our golden nugget number 2. Gifts and dreams are stepping stones to purpose. Your gifts and your dreams are stepping stones to purpose. So we're going to talk about purpose and destiny. Sometimes we use them interchangeably, but they're totally different. Totally different. Your purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, or why it exists. So all of you were created, you exist for a specific reason. You know, you're not an accident. You're here for a reason. You're not here to just do A, B, or C, but you're here to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're here for a reason, okay? And then destiny is a predetermined place or places someone reaches after completing their stages of purpose. So purpose is like a car going down the road. Purpose is that car, and that car transports you to destiny. And destiny is sort of like an address on that road. So as you're in the car, you're going down, you'll get to your destiny. So let's talk a little bit about the destiny. Now, to get to it, it requires some action. And you're in your purpose car. So your purpose car is moving. So you can't be stagnant. You can't say, okay, I know my purpose, but do nothing, because you won't get to your destiny. So you've got to be moving. You've got to be going. There has to be action, because destiny is meant to be pursued. And like I said, it's an address on the road. You may have more than one. You may have more than one purpose. You may have more than one destiny. And one thing that's really important that I've learned, you don't qualify for what you're not willing to pursue. So if you're not willing to go after it, if you're not willing to take the leap of faith, if you're not willing to put in the work, then you don't qualify for that destiny, because you're not willing to get there. But you guys all signed up for this seminar. So you guys all qualify, because you're already starting. Some of you may have thought or may have heard, I apologize, you may have heard about the thing where it's a quote that says, the cemetery is the richest place on earth. I bet some of you have. Because the people who are there, if they didn't go after their purpose, they took it with them. They took their purpose, they took their gifts, everything is with them, buried, and it'll never be touched again. And there's so many wonderful things that people took with them, because they didn't go after it. And the world never saw it. And the world never benefited from all of that wealth all around the world because they took it with them. So I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to share your purpose. I want you to do your purpose. Just by doing it, you impact the world. So our next exercise is the big question. What is your purpose? What were you born to do? What is your car? What is your car made of? You know, what binds your dreams and your gifts and your passions together? What is it? So, of course, you got that sheet of paper. Now, this might take a little bit longer to think about. So, you can write this question down and highlight it and go back to it because it may take a little bit more than a couple seconds. Okay. So, that takes us to our purpose statement. So sometimes a purpose is so abstract that it's hard to get it to to look real. It's hard to get it from the abstract to the concrete. So when you put a purpose statement on paper, you're putting it, you're bringing it to life. You're bringing it to life. So it's no longer abstract. It's on your paper. It's real. You can see it and you can work with it and you can do it. Don't be intimidated by a purpose statement. It's very simple. My purpose statement is using encouragement and service to help others find their purpose. That's my purpose statement. It's really simple. It has my gifts in there, it has my passion in there, and it has my dreams in there. And it's really simple. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. There's no recipe at all, you know. So uh, write something down that you think fits your purpose. And again, the purpose statement may take you a minute to do. So you might want to come back to it. But you can jot down some thoughts. What would be included in that statement? A dream, a gift, and a passion. And then when you go back to it, you can sort of put those together. Okay. So let's say now you've got your purpose statement, you've got your dream, you've got your gift, you've got your passion sort of identified. You're ready to go. You're in your purpose car. Your ignition is turned. You're hitting the gas. You are on your way to destiny. You don't know all the answers, but you got a good enough amount of answers to start moving. So you're moving along, you're going down the road, and you get to these things right here. You get to all of these directions. You get to stop, yield, wrong way, don't enter, turn around. And these directions and these signs, of course, they come in the form of people. People will say, are you really thinking that you want to do that? Do you really want to waste your time? Why are you still thinking about that? You've been thinking about that for a decade and you haven't done it. Why now? I don't think you should do this, but I think you should do that. Do it this way instead. Maybe you should just slow down and take a minute. Okay. All of these things are coming at you. It's almost like when you Google directions and she's telling you to go left, then go right, and a couple minutes go by and you're thinking, I'm not getting to my destination. I'm getting all these directions. I am totally confused. And I think she doesn't know what she's saying to me. I'm lost. When you get all these directions, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doubting everything about what she's telling me. You start to doubt your purpose. You start to wonder, maybe they're right. You get confused. And with confusion comes doubt, and then you sort of pull back. So when Google tells you the wrong way, you always tend to pull back, recalibrate, start over, or try to figure it out yourself. It's just frustrating, totally frustrating. And it's the same thing with purpose. You're on the road, you're going, you've got a good speed, and then you hit an obstacle, you hit a barrier, or traffic stops altogether. So then you say, well, what do I do? What do I do when these people are telling me this and that? Or myself, am I my worst enemy? Am I telling myself this or that? And I'm talking myself out of it. What do I do? Well, you have to believe in yourself. You say, oh, that's a cliche. Of course. What does that look like? Yeah, believe in myself. Okay. How am I going to do that? What is that? What does that look like? So, believing in yourself is just this, it's doing your purpose, staying in the car, not getting out, no matter what. That's it. You're saying, I'm going to do this no matter what. If I'm in traffic and I'm stuck or I'm stopped, traffic always starts back up. So stay in the car. Don't get out. Stay in the car. And that's believing in yourself. You might get out of the car, think about it, but get back in. Get back in. You might get out a couple times. That's okay. But get back in the car and don't stop until you get to your destination. So another thing is labels. I don't want the labels that we give ourselves. Like we were talking, shy, introverted. Oh, I'm full of anxiety. I'm a worrier. I've got ADHD. I can't focus on anything. I'm just all over the place. This is not, I can't do this. The labels that we have don't define you or your purpose. Your labels don't define your purpose. Only your dreams, your gifts, and your passions define your purpose. Mozart was deaf by the time that he passed away. It got worse and worse as he got older, but it didn't stop him from composing music that we listen to today. So labels don't define your purpose at all. So stay in the car. And that's believing in yourself, doing it no matter what. Okay. So let's keep going here. Now, Robin Williams said something that I thought was awesome because Robin Williams is such a unique personality. He said, I believe in destiny. There must be a reason that I am as I am. There must be. And he's right. He was onto it. There is a reason that you are who you are. So when you say, I'm just all over the place, there's a reason that you are made the way you are, because your purpose only fits you, and that brain that you have is made for a reason. It's like a key or trying to fit a triangle into a square. No, your triangle goes only into the shape of the triangle, right? Like passion. Think of passion as water. You can pour water into any container and it'll fill it, no matter the shape, the size, the height. So your destiny, your purpose is just like that. It's like water, and it goes into your container perfectly, and it fits every nook and cranny. That's why it's so unique to you. That's why you are so unique. So he was so right that he was born for a reason. He was born the way that he was for a reason. Okay, let's keep going here because I'm still, we've got a little bit more time. So the next thing that you need when you are going towards your purpose, believing in yourself, and you also need your team. You need a team. You need people around you that will support you, that will encourage you, that will always be there for you. So when you have a team, you have a quarterback, you have a coach. When we're talking about your purpose, guess what? You are both the quarterback and you are also the coach, because the quarterback decides on, or the coach decides on the plays, and then the quarterback implements those plays, right? So this is your purpose. Like I started off saying, no one can judge it. No one has the ability to tell you that's not right. You are the coach and the quarterback. You have the right, the ability to take out players as you want and put players in as you want, right? You need people on your team that's going to protect you, like they do the quarterback, that'll be able to handle the ball. And your ball is your purpose. The ball represents your purpose. You need strong people that can handle it. You don't need people that'll try to sabotage you or get jealous of you or say negative things or fumble the ball. You don't want fumblers. You want people that'll be able to carry it. So you need strong people that'll say, I'm with you no matter what. Like a NASCAR driver, the pit crew, they come in when he stops and everyone has a spot on that car that they're focused in on. You need people around you that are specifically skilled for that part of your car. You need those people to go directly to that car, do what they need to do to get you going where you need to go. And some people say, well, I don't need anybody to help me. You don't need anyone to help you, but if you're trying to win a game or a race, you really do need someone to help because you can't do it all yourself. If you're out on the road and your tire goes flat, you can change your tire by yourself, but it would be so much better if you had 2 or 3 people or one person with you to help. So of course you could do it by yourself, but needing a team is okay. And it doesn't happen overnight. It may take you some time to accumulate people who are on your side unconditionally. Okay. So remember, you are the main character, and the pit crew and the football team, they're your supporting actors. You are the coach, you are the quarterback. So no one can tell you, I think you should do that play instead. No, you're the coach and the quarterback. You control all of it. They're just there to assist you. The diamond is in your mind. It's your diamond. It's no one else's. So no one else can manipulate that diamond unless you allow them. So this is your purpose. So I want you to know that it's okay to say, no, I disagree. Or that's just not what my heart is saying. It's okay to say that. And it's okay. A lot of us, we don't step up because we're afraid of what other people may say or think about our decisions. But our purpose is so important to the world that you have a responsibility to the rest of the world. It's like a puzzle. Let's imagine the world, the planet as a puzzle. And 1,000-piece puzzle, if you have 999 pieces and they're all perfectly fit together, if you have one piece missing, that puzzle is not complete. So I see the world as a puzzle, and each of us are unique. Each of us is a piece of that puzzle. And when we don't do our purpose, we've got lots of pieces that are missing. And that person that is waiting to connect to your piece is like, well, where is she? I really would like to have this, or I have this problem. I wish I knew someone who could handle it. I wish I knew someone who could figure this out for me, but the piece isn't there. So you're that important. You're that important to the world. Even if every single person in the world did their purpose, and I am the only one who didn't, there's still about 3 to 4 people who will miss out on something because I'm not there. So it's that important. And I want you to see it as that important. So I'm going to start moving a little bit faster. We're going to talk about SMART goals. And these are goals that'll help you get to your purpose effectively. Okay, let's see why they're so smart. Okay, they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and they're time bound. So when I say specific, you want to identify some things that you need to do specifically to start to reach your destiny, to work right now in your purpose. You want to identify those things. So for example, a painter, if you're like, I've always wanted to paint, that has been on my mind forever. I love to paint. I really want to do that more often. It just brings me so much joy, and people around me love it when I give them photo or paintings. I, I just want to do that. Well, you're going to have to identify, what do you need to start moving forward in that, right? Now, if you haven't started, it's simple. What do you need? You need equipment. You need canvas, brushes, paint, just simple, right? Write it down. Write down exactly what it is that you need. And then say it out loud. I need canvas, I need paint, I need equipment. Sometimes thinking about it and writing about it isn't enough. Saying it is like the icing on the cake, because it causes your brain to sort of focus in on it a little bit better or in a different way than if you were just saying it. So your brain processes it in a different way when you say it. Okay. Is it measurable? What does this goal look like? How will I know it's accomplished? And when it's measurable, it helps you stay focused. So, what does my goal look like? If you're a painter, you would say, well, what type of painting am I going to paint? What paintings do I need? And how many of them do I need? So, if you say, I'm going to focus on 2 landscape, 1 portrait, and 1 abstract. That's what I'm going to do. You'll always know when you're getting close to accomplishing it, because you just said, I need this many abstract, this many landscape, and this many portraits. Okay. We got to keep it simple, right? How realistic is it? Can I attain this goal? Am I able to get the equipment? Am I able to paint the types of photos, or the types of paintings? I think somebody told me they were a photographer, and I forgot who it was, and that just popped out in my head. So I'm saying photos. So what is it that makes it realistic, right? Or do I need to change anything? Do I need to change anything? You can adjust things as you go along, okay? Is it relevant? Is my goal related to my gifts, my dreams, and my passions? Am I hitting my target? Am I implementing this in a way that I'll impact the world, or I'll impact my neighbor, or my city, or my state, my country, my hemisphere? Is it relevant? Okay. And then the last, set a time limit for yourself. I'm going to do this within this amount of time, and it'll help you stay on track. Okay. And this may take you a while to do, so do this when you have some time to think, uninterrupted time. Okay, let's talk about purpose and prosperity. Now, growing up, I would hear people say all the time, I'm going to do this. I love doing this. I'm going to open up this, or I'm going to start doing this. And I would hear others say, they're not going to make any money. They're not going to be prosperous in doing that. I don't even know why they're wasting their time. It's a waste of time, and they're not going to make anything from it. They're just doing it. Well, that's not so true. That's not so true, because purpose is in your DNA. It's what you were born with. Everything concerning you will prosper when you're going after that. It's so unique to you. You will prosper uniquely. And that doesn't mean monetarily that you won't prosper. There's a law that says the hands of the diligent lead to prosperity. It's a law. We've seen it so many times. As long as you're diligent and you continue to stay in the car, you continue to go, keep going, you will prosper. But we're talking about purpose, and money is a part of it. But there's so much more to purpose than just making the money. You will prosper physically, emotionally, mentally, socially. Your family will prosper. Your relationships will prosper because it's all about you. You're that container, remember? And your purpose pours into that container and fills it completely up. So if we're just talking about money, your container would only be full part of the way. What about all the rest of it? Because life isn't just made up of cash, it's made up of everything else. Of course, you need cash, but that's a byproduct of your purpose. So just know that that'll come, but you have other things that'll come. You'll prosper in other ways. So when you think about doing your purpose, it gets you hyped, you get energized, you have peace, you're happy about it. So you're not just thinking money. You're not just thinking money when you're thinking about your purpose. So, whoa, we're doing pretty good here. Okay, we're at recap. So we are just going to go over what we talked about. Okay, we talked about describing your dreams, why gifts are better with purpose than strengths. We described what your gifts are. You guys wrote those down. I'm hoping that you identified your passion and you got to thinking about your purpose on paper, your purpose statement on paper. We talked about the roadblocks that you're going to come against, and you will definitely 100%. But to get out of those roadblocks, you have to just believe and stay in the car. And you also have to have support over time. You're going to build a team and you're going to make goals for yourself. You're going to have more than one goal over this whole journey. So you're going to be really good at setting goals and meeting them. So this is all about just being who you are, being you. You're describing you. So that's what the Be You is about, just describing who you are. Okay? We went through some golden nuggets. I'm looking at my watch. I think we're doing okay. Golden nugget 1, gifts fuel your purpose. Golden nugget number 2, gifts and dreams are stepping stones to purpose. We talked about golden nugget number 3, your car is your purpose and it takes you to your address, which is your destiny. Stay in the car. If you get out, like we said, it's okay, but get back in. Traffic will keep going. It'll start back up again. Golden nugget number 4, purpose equals prosperity and not just cash, but your whole entire being, your whole entire life, everything that has to do with you will flourish because you guys are magnificent. You guys have awesome gifts and awesome purposes that will just change the world entirely. You don't really see how important you are because we don't look at ourselves as that important, but you are. One of you can change the entire world. So what if all of you were doing your purpose? Or you may be doing your purpose already and you see the effects of it. You see how everyone around you is affected positively by you just being you. And it's really that simple. So you were born with purpose. You were born to carry it. You were born to huddle that ball, to run with it, to drive with it. You were born for doing exactly that. And again, you may have more than one. You may have more than one purpose. So when I started off, I said, hello, let me introduce myself. And you guys wrote some things down and you told me about yourself. So I'm going to ask you that question again. But this time, I want you to introduce yourself. And I want you to include a gift, a passion, a dream, or your purpose altogether. Now, I don't think we have time to go through it, but I just want you to write it down. So I want you to look at what you wrote at the beginning, and I want you to look at what you wrote just now. And the whole purpose of this seminar is to see you as who you really are. We're all moms, we're all dads, we're all aunts and uncles, but who else is in there? So when you introduce yourself to me this time, I want you to tell me about your gift. Hi, my name is, and I am great at, I love it. Now, that is the whole purpose of this seminar, is to get you to thinking about your purpose, about your gifts, not so much your strengths, about your passions, and how to start living them today, not 10 years and or 5 years or in a couple of months, but right now, today. Okay. So that's my pretty much this is my last slide. And that's my website. And I wrote a book, Be You, Identify Your Purpose and Live It. And that's on my website. So what I talked about, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, is in that book. Or you can go on there and look at my blogs and get some encouraging fuel from my website. So I don't know, Summer, if we have any time for any questions or anything like that.
Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions or you do want to share your new introduction in the chat, I can read those out as well.
Yeah, that'd be great if you guys could tell me your new introductions. That'll tell me if I did a good job or not.
Okay, yeah, we have a few coming in. My name is Stephanie Knight and I'm gifted with my voice, speaking, singing, and acting.
Awesome.
Patricia says, I love to create things, woodworking, crafts. I also love to help others accept themselves. So my purpose, to use my gifts to help others create and to lift them up.
Awesome.
All right.
All set?
Any
Only
questions? Go ahead and put them in the chat now and I'll read them out. Otherwise, thank you so much, Holly, for being here. Really appreciate that session. That was wonderful.
good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Tell me about how it went. I hope it was helpful to you guys.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
All right.